The biggest climate conference in the world is underway, but the biggest polluters have not sent high-level delegations to COP30 in Brazil. Still, the world leaders who have shown up are seeking a plan to halt catastrophic climate change, and the stakes are high. Last year was the hottest on record, capping a decade of unprecedented heat and extreme weather. My next guest says, quote, even if current emission pledges were met in full, global temperatures would still rise by more than 2.5 degrees Celsius this century. And I want to bring in Professor Patrick Verkooijen. He is the CEO of the Global Center of Adaptation and Chancellor of the University of Nairobi. And he's live from COP30 in Belém in Brazil. It's really good to have you with us. And I have to say, it's just this. We need to be realistic of what we're seeing right now. And when we look at the numbers, and you say them so eloquently, that even if we meet the pledges that we put on the table, temperatures are still going to rise 2.5 degrees Celsius. We're gonna still miss our targets. I firstly want you to tell me what you've been hearing at COP30, whether you're feeling hopeful that governments around the world are committed to fighting climate change.
Well, thank you so much. But that is exactly the big question for the climate summit here in the coming 2 weeks. What do we know? 10 years ago in Paris, the world agreed that we would not warm up to more than 1.5 degrees Celsius. Where are we today? 10 years later, we're already crossing that threshold. What did the world also agree? That finance would flow in large numbers from the global north to the global south. Well, actually, that money is not there, at least not there enough. And now the big question for this climate summit is, are we as an international community, are we adapting to the climate crisis? More droughts, more floods, more storms, more heat waves. What is needed from the international community is a strong, say, Marshall Plan to safeguard the world to the escalating climate crisis. There are many people here in Belém, in Brazil, asking the question, is this COP gonna deliver? Well, that's the big question which needs to be asked in the next 2 weeks.
Do you feel it's going to deliver without high-level delegations from the biggest polluters in the world, the most industrialized nations?
Well, it's obviously a major setback that the United States is not present here in Belém, in a sense, as a party to the climate convention. President Trump pulled the United States out, and as the second biggest emitter and as the largest historical emitter, of course, that's a big miss for this summit. At the same time, Europe is here, China is here, Africa is here, South America is here. So there is now a sort of a conversation. What can we do to safeguard lives and livelihood, even despite US federal government present? And why is that important? Because it's in the self-interest of nations to invest, particularly in climate resilience. Think about it. If you say a country like Kenya, every single year you lose 3% of GDP because of climate impacts. If you were to invest $1, a pound, or a Kenyan shilling in agriculture, in infrastructure, in healthcare systems, this has a much higher return. So it's simply smart economics to invest.
So let me ask you this.
And prosperity. So that is basically the bottom line. Yes.
So Patrick, Patrick, look, the world is very distracted. I mean, we're worried about the trade war. You've got investment going in and wasteful expenditure going into wars, for example. President Trump is focused on trying to shore up his economy, and it seems climate action is falling by the wayside. The biggest outcome of COP29 was the big focus on the loss and damage fund. Money still needs to flow into that. The movement away from fossil fuels still needs to be committed to, while in an age of building data centers and, frankly, increasing our energy consumption. How are all those issues being tackled while the most vulnerable countries, as you say, are dealing with the brunt of global industrialization?
And that's precisely right. And for the most vulnerable nations present, mainly from Africa, the sort of most vulnerable continent, and the small island development states, the litmus test of success of the climate summit here in Brazil are three things: finance, finance, finance. And as you said, Development finance, with other words, taxpayers' money, is not there in large enough volume. So where does the money have to come from? It has to come from the private sector. The good news is that only on climate resilience, i.e. climate adaptation, there is a $4 trillion economy to be captured if businesses were to invest. So the question is, to this COP, to this summit, what is the signal we need from Brazil for the private sector to step in and to step up? Because at the end of the day, that's where the solutions are, that's where the innovations is, and that's also where the finance at scale has to come from.
Yeah. Patrick, great to have you on. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being on the ground there, feeding back everything that's happening at COP30.